Alrighty guys, so I may release the video where I tried working the shop floor steel that I hadn't worked yet. It was a complete failure, and if I release the video, it's only to let you pick up on some of the pieces that worked and didn't work, which most of it didn't work. But hey, you know what? Since today was such a crappy day, this is the piece that we actually did forge, and I'm beginning to wonder if this is the only piece of real, well, near pure steel I got out of that whole friggin' bloom. And as much as I hate to do it, because there's just not enough here, this is so filled with I don't know what the word, impurities at this point. To cut and fold, which is what this needs to be done with this, you need some steel. You're going to lose so much in the process, but what the hell. Today has been a complete and total failure, and this is the last of it, and you guys have asked for it, and I just feel it's wrong not to show you. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do about processing this a little bit more, and then maybe turning it into something. We'll see what's left, alright? So stay tuned, let's see. This process off, I put myself a handle on this thing. I welded it to the good end, the end that cleaned up well. If you notice, this end is in really bad shape, and if something's going to fail, it's going to fail out there. So I'd rather have that worked out and get it out of the system. We had this one piece, remember from the original video, that is fracturing away. This thing's been sitting around for a while, so there's some oxidation on it. So I'm not sure exactly how everything's going to go, but we're going to flux the thing up, heat it up, and see if we can get that thing consolidated enough, pulled out here and folded. Like I said in the opening though, man, there's not a lot of steel to work here. If you're trying to forge weld for the first time, don't grab a piece of freaking 3/8 stock, round stock or something like that, and try to forge weld. Give yourself some meat to work with, especially if you're trying to make something without flaws. If this thing was 5 pounds of freaking steel and I had well, that's a big flaw. I had a small flaw in it, like right there. By the time I fold this thing a few times, I might be able to work that son of a gun out. So it's working out the impurities, but it also allows you to work out the imperfections. With a small piece like this, you freak something up. I mean, just a 1/4 inch flaw is you know, is a third of the material in width, and it's scary, and today's been a crappy day, but we're going to give it a try. Hold tight. I'm just going to bring this thing up for a cleaning process a couple of times, just because of the oxidation and the time that occurred. Boy, I'll tell you, that little mistake right there, I think, is going to disappear on its own. But clean it up, heat it up again. Let's just kind of get some of that stuff cooked off. Fun, huh? We're going to go ahead and flux it up. Make sure I get some flux down in that crack. That's where my biggest concern is. I'm going to focus on seeing if I can bring that piece in first before I do much else. But go ahead and flux it up and see if we can get that piece in. I think we got the heat we want. I'm using the little hammer. I'm just going to, that's it. No more than that. Hopefully we're okay. Just a little bit more flux. I don't want to drown the thing too much. But now we're going to pretend that little flaw isn't there and go to town on this thing. The handle's a little hot. What we can do with this. Next heat, we'll work the edge in. This end, I might end up just cutting that off because I know it's not in good shape to begin with. But we might just work this edge in. See what we get. Think about bringing this edge in a little bit. Bad. Flatten her out. Like I said, if this piece were a lot bigger, we'd have a lot more room to work. But just a little flux, not much, just quite a bit on it now. I don't need it scatting around. We'll flatten her down, we'll put a fold in it. I'm going to have to make my handle a little longer though. I decided I'm going to go ahead and cut and fold this first because I don't want that piece any wider than it is right now. So let me just pull it out, decide where we want the cut to be, and we'll cut and fold now. I want that back end to hang a little bit. Let's try right there for now. That's enough. So we'll cut that to give her a little rolly over fold. And of course, the handle's weaker than my damn cut. Let's heat it up. Bless it. What a day today. Cut her a little bit more. Let's clean this inside off. Pretty. Oh, this is the inside. Dumbass. Let's see if we can bend it now without bending the handle. We can break it now without bending the handle. Flush that inside. And we'll get it brought together. So I just heated her up to bring her back together here. Because I didn't want it to break it on the bend. Now we're going in for the weld. Plenty hot enough for the weld. That's where we'll stop for the first one. Not too snabby at all. Not too snabby. Get her cleaned up. A little bit of flux on the edge. We'll go for the second one. Watching my videos, I tend to like to do 3. One, just like I did there, maybe a little less than that actually, for the stick, and then one for the weld, and one just for good measure. Ready to move my camera. Aggressive weld. About all we got for heat. Boom, 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 boom. Not bad at all. We'll do up the edges here now. We'll narrow it up, draw it out a little bit, fold it again. I hope. Let's go ahead and work on these edges a little. Not much. And then we'll go back to the flat. We'll stretch her out enough to do a fold, and we'll fold her again. This should, see, we folded her once now, right? Why do I think we folded it more than once? That's only 2 layers at this point. That'd be funny. Flats again, give her a little stretch in the process. Let's see where the welded needs to be. Now we're up for the fold. Straighten up my crooked ass handle here. Secondary handle. I'll be damned. I welded that, and you see it's hot there. And then I quenched the weld. I guess this must be 01 or something. Got me some carbon steel in the handle. We're going to heat her up now, put the cut in, we'll fold. Go ahead and fold this thing again. Nice clean side there. Try to be even this time, best we can. Out there. Ooh, that's awfully loose, Chandler. God blessed. I'll tell you, I can't stop effing up today. We'll give her a go. I think what we got to do then, we got to be smart, you know. Jesus, like it wasn't a challenge enough. I swear, I should just go to the welder and tack it on, but let's put a little flux on the inside. Where's my little stickies? Go ahead and set her on there. And hope the hell we can pull her out and get her lined up like she's supposed to be. Isn't that funny, huh? Stupid new camera. Tricky one to do, but let's see if we get a stick. That's all I'm doing, nothing more. Hold it up with my brush. Hopefully that's enough to hold it so that I can get a good heat on it. And we are going to try to recover from that snafu. Snap-a-nap-a-noof-a-noo. Well, I'm going to try to do a little better stick this time. Not bad. Except, see, now my edges aren't as lined up as I wish they were, and that's all going to come back to haunt me, but it could be worse. So let's get the edges done. Actually, I'm going to go for, I think my flat weld's okay. I'm going to try to roll those edges in a little. Go from there. Their edges in where we want them to be. Oh, why'd you roll? Oh, that sucks. I hate that. Damn. Look at that little handle you put on the thing, Chandler. It wasn't that thick when I started. Get the start over again on these edges. Let's do it again. Damn thing rolled. I'm just going to try to get these things squared out so that I can hammer on them. Not so much get them welded. Looks better. I think I can do some work now. Plenty hot enough now to work this thing out. I might have to switch out handles here pretty soon because I can't fight that kind of thing going on. Alright, so we're going to go in and stretch it out now for the next fold. If I lost you in the last weld, but we're stretching it out now for the next fold. My handle full of shit. Alright, so that's 4 layers supposedly. 2 folds. Cut and fold it. I'll tell you, I'm losing a lot of mass. If you notice, there's not a whole lot of steel there. I didn't like working the fact that there wasn't much there to begin with. I don't know how many more layers I'll fold it, but we'll give her a try. Let's hope we don't break the thing off like we did this last time, huh? Alright. I'm going to fold it that way to try to center my handle a little bit, so we're going to cut on this side. And about there, I'd say. Looks like a good spot. I don't want to go too far again, do I? We'll heat her, clean her, and fold it. Backside cleaned up best we can. See if we can get a fold. Jesus Christ. Freaking handle, I'll tell you. Alright. Flux that up. I'm afraid if I bend it again any farther, I just feel it trying to break. It's going to break, so I'm going to heat it pretty warm to finish that close. I think that's probably an indication of the impurities that are still in there. I don't know. It seems not to want to bend. She'll finish folding without breaking. She feels broken to me, I'll tell you. It'll break totally off. Right. A little fluxy flux on the edges. And bring her up. Don't fall off. Wonder why it's so brittle. Carbon? Where we want it to be. Flat weld. That's fold number 3. I like it. As long as that handle stays on, I like it even better. Just flexing up the edges here to help close them off. Again, like I said at the beginning, there's so little freaking material here. By the time I fold it, I don't have enough to really get a good weld into before I start cleaning the corners. You start cleaning the edges up on a thin single weld, and geez, and then I'm scared to try to close these corners up. I hate how it looks. Didn't bubble, didn't boil. That's good. I guess we can try to stretch her out again. Scary. Scary. She had about 6 times more of this. It would be so much easier. Anyways, let's stretch her out for the fold. That port handle. That's too cold to be hammering that. Look at that poor handle. You think how much longer do you think that's going to last? According to my chart, I've only folded it 3 times, which is 2, 4, 8, 16 layers. How many more times we got to fold it, man? I don't have enough steel. 1 or 2 more times we're gonna call this video. I'll tell you. Maybe. Oh, I'm breaking my handle. Am I breaking my handle or not? I can't quite tell. I wonder how my handle worked its way all the way out to the edge like that. Isn't that funny? That's very funny. Go ahead, fold her again, cut her again anyway. Holy crap, this thing's not where it belongs. One more time, right about there. I'm gonna go as deep, and I'll just bend it in the vise, see if that helps a little bit. Vise to get the bend on it since my handle's such a pain in the ass. We'll go ahead and heat her up for the final closure. Throw some flux on the inside. Alright, so if we can close this one up without breaking it. Get her lined up. For yet another weld. Well, I wish my math was wrong. I wish I'd done that like 6 times already. Good enough for me. So much for the one hits first weld, huh? Looks okay. I think it looks okay. I wish I had more confidence in my handle. But we'll do the edges again. Things look good, we'll do another one. So that's 4. 4 welds. I think 12 is what we're after, but I think we're not going to make that. We'll about cleaning up these edges. Looks good. Enough for the next stretch out. One more fold, and that's it. We're going to call it. I don't know what we're going to make out of it yet. We're going to make something. We're back out again. whole lot of steel there, isn't there? Alright, let's go in, we'll fold her one more time. That's pull all fall apart. It's been a long day. If you didn't watch the failure of the rest of the shop floor dust, that was a whole lot of effort in there. Now I'm ready to go home. So let's see what we can get out of this thing. Fold one more time. I'll tell you the idea I'm leaning towards, that I've never made before, is a die. You know, like a six-sided die. Six-sided, yeah. But I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think this is going to have enough steel to make a very impressive knife, but I would love to grind the bevel on that so they can see any patterns that's there. I don't know, we're thinking. I will have to say, it's getting stronger on the folding, unless I'm just not going as deep. I don't know for sure. Try to clean some of this crap out from this last layer. I hope it's the last layer. Flux it out, heat it up before we close her up. Same old, no buy. Alright, let's go ahead and close this up one last time. We are going in. We're going in, children. And the final weld of this experiment anyway, because I'm quite pleased. Shut up, Jim. I didn't say a thing yet. Hold tight. Last one, make it work. Hope that worked well. Fracturing my handle, I'm about to lose the whole show here pretty soon, so we need to be done quickly. Quickly, I tell you. Alright, clean her off, do the edges. Let's see what the hell we got. Last edger, and I think we're going to call this thing whatever it is. I hate doing edges, but I'm going to do them anyway. So I would say we need to go quite a bit more to get all the impurities out. But that's where we're at. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I want to see what it looks like as a knife. I want to see the bevel edge. So we're going to stretch it out and see if she comes apart. So let's get some length on this thing this way. Let's keep that handle on as long as I can. It's certainly handy. Ain't gonna be much fun. But if she stays together, we're going to be fairly lucky anyway, right? Lucky anyway. Ready to lose my handle. I swear I might have just saw a bubble in there, children. Don't know for sure. Be disappointing, but par for the day. Alrighty, we're going somewhere. Alright, we'll go a little longer. A little bit, and that's it. I think we're going to call that what we got. Figure out proportions here. I'll put the tang here, although I know this is a bad end, but I'll cut it off where I know it's good. Alright, I guess I'm going to cut her off and we'll see what we can do about shaping a knife. Gosh, I don't know, man. This end looks scary down here. Go ahead and work this end that I wanted to be the blade, and if we see anything happening here, go ahead and switch that to the tang, but it looks alright. I think at this point I don't see anything splitting out. So let's go ahead and shape the blade right now. gonna be a small knife. Let's see what we can do here. Let's get this thing down to a point a bit. I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and drop out a tang. I just looked up, my camera was acting funny, so I hope you didn't miss anything exciting. What we're doing now is you're just going to draw this blade out to something. I don't want to taper it because I want to grind through those. So let me just see if I can just get it flattened out. I got a little bit of width I can work with. Let's get something done here. Like I said, it ain't gonna be much of a knife. We'll try to make something out of it. Alright, one more here. And we'll get her shaped the way we want. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Let's get this thing kind of straightened up here. I'm happy with that. Enough of a tang there to do a hidden tang on a butter knife, maybe. Alrighty. So if you remember, when I was testing this, I didn't have a whole heck of a lot of confidence in the carbon. So as far as a knife goes, I'm not sure it's the right conglomeration of steel. But we are almost ready to see what it looks like. Just do something with this tang. I'm not going to harden this or attempt any of that right now. I'm just going to see what the pattern looks like. I may go back and turn that into a hidden tang or something. But I think we're okay there. Pretty impressive piece there you got, Chandler. From how many hours of running that stupid bloomery to... I got a little bit more on that edge I can take, but we're actually fatter on the edge. Let me bring that down a little. I think I can come out a little bit more. Not bad at all. Alright, enough figuring. Let's figure out what it looks like. And for that knife to normalize a little bit, I took the stub that was left on the end of my handle here and just kind of stretched it out the best I could and then hardened it in water. Well, let's just see what kind of hardness the thing takes. Give us an idea of what kind of steel we're messing with. Doesn't sound very good to me. No, it's not horrible. No, it's not horrible. Let's throw in the vise. This thing or something and see what bending it does. See if it hardened or if it'll just bend over. Well, geez, she's there. I'd say you got something going on. It may not be the best, but that sure does. Sure did break awful. See, she don't harden next to a file, but she's got something in her. I mean, she breaks pretty easily. Very, very interesting. So I don't think it's going to be a horrible knife. I mean, maybe railroad spike quality, and maybe a little better. We'll see. No, because I harden. I get a good edge on a railroad spike. But anyway, let's go ahead and put a grind on the thing. We'll see what it looks like. So very, very rough grind on. I put a convex. Just so I could cut through some layers all the way up through it, just to see what things look like, if there's any look at all to it. I have no idea what kind of pattern we're going to get, but let's throw her in some acid and we'll see. Again, if anybody were to continue with this knife, it still need to be hardened and that. So I didn't go to a fine edge. I got not bad. I think it's worth a good edge for taking to heat treat. But let's etch it up. Alright, let's drop this thing in the etch and see what we end up with. Hope it's something worth looking at when we get done. Drop that in there. Looks good to me. Good to me. And we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we got ourselves, I don't know, 3 and 5, maybe about 8 minutes, 10 minutes of soak in here. Let's pull her out. See what we got. We'll call this day done. Because if you notice, if you watch both of the videos, it's been a long day. Full show. Full show. See if the camera shows it. See the pattern in there? It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. If I can get the right light for you and the right focus. Very nice. Oh, where the hell am I? I'm here. Alright, I don't know. It's kind of hard to show the pattern. It's in there though. It's pretty. It's pretty, pretty, pretty. I don't see any major boo-boos either. And I guess that's really the point. It's not the pattern. We didn't expect a whole hell of a lot of pattern out of this thing anyway. But to take that, again, it was just that piece that I was successful with in the first video. We folded it 4 times, 16 layers, I guess is what you'd end up with there. A few more would have been nice, but I got tired of folding it because it's so small. I mean, to do that little bit of steel and to have successful forged welds on all of them, I mean, that's pretty darn impressive for an old guy like me to don't know what he's doing. So anyway, there you go. Follow up on the shop floor. A nice pattern there. There you go. You can see it by my finger there. Shop floor steel. And that's the last we'll see of that one until I get the crucible out, I think. So, thanks for coming along on the journey, as always. Focus. Now you see it. Wow, that's pretty. It's a party. Alright, that's enough. Goodbye. Check you on the next one. Bye. If you found this video helpful, educational, maybe even if you just found it entertaining, and you want to support me, you can jump back to my channel. There's a button on the right hand side of the screen called support, and it's kind of like a tip jar. You can go ahead and leave a tip for this video, and that'll help me make some more, I guarantee. Thanks for your support, as always.